some of what you may have done may have helped with the timing, right? I think you.
What's that?
I think you tipping off Big U. I think that definitely.
I
helped
did
with the timing.
what?
I think you going online and saying that, and the only reason I'm saying this is that if you ever read any federal indictment,
I did what? I tipped him off.
You tipped him off via
What
online.
did the lady say in the recording I sent you?
Well,
please don't what?
Please don't tell. But this is why I'm coming to this.
Looks like folks got it out for Wack 100, because 50 Cent straight up called him out for allegedly snitching on Big U. And word on the street is, that's what helped get Big U indicted. There's even wild talk flying around that Wack might have been wired up, setting rappers up without them even knowing. But hold up. Before anyone gets too heated, let's be crystal clear. This ain't me accusing nobody. I'm just laying out the crazy talk that's been buzzing in the streets, so don't come for me. Now, here's where it gets real messy. It all kicks off with a phone call that Wack 100 himself admitted to. Not just any phone call, a major one. Wack didn't call Big U directly.
You got the message, you hit up Big U's wife, you said, sis, 911. One sec, let me get Solo. And you gave him a heads up.
What I tell him?
You said, one sec, let me get Solo. He needs to leave. Bad. In caps, all caps. He needs to leave.
I said so bad, right?
Yeah, full bad.
What the 600 said is 4 rolling 60 telling on him.
All right, so Wack, let me ask you.
Oh, so that's that.
Nah. He hit up Big U's wife and warned her that the feds were coming for him. And Wack seemed to know exactly when they were about to pull up. Real suspicious vibes. Nah. Think about this for a second. Who on the outside is supposed to know all the details about a sealed federal case like that? And for real, who goes out of their way to warn someone about a secret indictment unless they got some inside connection? This right here is where 50 Cent supposedly started putting 2 and 2 together. And when you really break it down, that whole he's wired up rumor don't sound like just internet nonsense anymore. It's starting to feel way too real. But here's the kicker. Way before 50 even stepped in, Suge Knight had already been waving red flags. Word is, Suge warned Birdman himself. Straight up told him, watch Wack 100, because according to Suge, Wack's been on the Fed's payroll. Wild stuff. That warning just hits way different when you remember Suge and Wack been knowing each other for years in this game. Then the whole Big U mess popped off. And boom, the 43-count indictment dropped like a wrecking ball.
That's what the 4 bad means.
Talking about
Let me ask you this, Wack.
Go to talking. Now, I just sent you a clip. Play the clip. You're going to hear the people saying, don't say nothing. Don't tell nobody nothing. Don't say nothing. So which one you want? If he wouldn't have said nothing and y'all found out new, you would say what? Why you just...
We talking RICO charges, extortion, wire fraud. The list of heavy crimes just kept going. And it got even messier. The Fed said Big U was linked to a 2021 case about the passing of a young artist named R.W. But crazy thing is, that part was completely missing from the full 75-page indictment. Folks are saying Nevada's handling that piece on the low, separate from the rest. But here's where people really started raising eyebrows. The feds were pulling up Wack 100's clubhouse rants and podcast clips, using his own words as evidence in the case. That's when DJ Academics caught on, and he ain't bite his tongue either. In an interview, he straight up told Wack that he believed, "You tipped off Big U." Wild claims flying around. I think I did tip off Big U. That's what Academics said. And here's where it gets even crazier. Wack didn't deny a thing. He just laughed it off. Who laughs when their name's getting dragged into a Fed case? That's not the reaction you expect when it's this serious. And let's keep it real. This ain't the first time folks been eyeing Wack 100 sideways, thinking he might be working with the feds.
I told you I'm doing my movie time. I talked to you, and I told you I want you involved in it. But I'm not fucking with that trucker dude. That dude lied very fast.
Let's take it back to 2006. Wack 100 and his brother got pulled over in Texas. Cops found loaded weapons and some extra heat in the car, and both of them were already convicted felons. This should have been an open and shut federal case, right? Nope. 5 years later, in 2011, the whole case vanished. Dismissed. And get this, it wasn't cause of weak evidence or no shady police search. The motion to suppress was denied. The case got thrown out under something called interest of justice. And if you've ever sat in a courtroom, you already know. That usually screams one thing: cooperation. After that, Wack's clout exploded. Dude was popping up everywhere. Wack 100 was out here managing big names, dropping so-called exclusive info, acting like he had ears in every room. But while he was leveling up, folks close to him started catching charges left and right. And the weird behavior didn't stop there. Word on the street, Wack got caught on a federal wiretap. Yup, a recorded phone call with a dude named Stutterbox, who's allegedly linked to a major case tied to the Main Street Mafia Crips. And what was Wack doing on that call? Sources familiar with the paperwork say he wasn't just chopping it up. He was connecting dots. Some people are even claiming Wack was helping the feds piece the whole puzzle together. And here's the thing.
Plus, you're saying certain I know you spoke to, or you had some information from the fam. Like, this is like, you should only know this if you're doing the investigation. But I get it. They told the...
This ain't the first time whispers like this been flying around. Remember back when he was super tight with Birdman? Wack and Birdman used to run Cash Money West together, but everything switched up when Wack started managing Tekashi 6X99. For someone already rumored to be cooperating with the feds, linking up with 6999 was like career suicide in the streets. In one interview, Wack even admitted Birdman pulled him to the side and pressed him about the whole Tekashi situation. Birdman kept it cool in public, no crazy blow-ups, but people noticed how he switched up, started keeping his distance, and that low-key said it all. Now here's where it circles back to 50 Cent. Wack manages the game, and everybody remembers the ugly history between 50 and the game. That beef was straight chaos.
Hey, what's Stutterbox?
Man, put that on Pyro.
But
Put that on
the
Pyro.
Stutterbox just
That's
called
gonna be
my
another
phone.
story we gonna talk about
Hey,
later.
what's Stutterbox got to do with something?
I'm talking about that paperwork. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
You
nigga.
saying I'm on paperwork?
Yeah. Bro, am I lying? Put that on
Are
Pyro,
you
you
saying
not.
Wax on paperwork?
Put that on Pyro, you
Put
not.
that on 6-0 Wax
on
on
6
paperwork.
Crip, you on paperwork. Put that
On
on Pyro,
6-0,
you
he
not.
put that on
He put it on
Put that on
6
Pyro,
on
now you gotta
episode
produce
60.
it. Now
Put
you
that on
gotta
Pyro,
produce
that you're
it.
not on that case.
But instead of keeping things calm, Wack turned up the heat again. Jumping on podcasts, running his mouth reckless. He was coming at 50, calling him out, saying wild stuff like, 50 ain't street anymore, and he's protected by the industry. Wack even claimed, 50 gotta check in every time he touches down in LA. Drama everywhere. Basically, Wack was out here hinting that without clearance, 50 ain't safe moving around the West Coast. But Wack wasn't just running his mouth for fun. He had a whole story to back it up. He claimed him and his crew rolled up to the SLS hotel trying to confront 50 face-to-face. But when they showed up, Wack said it felt like they walked into a war zone. According to him, 50's security squad was so deep, it looked like a full-blown military operation. Wack even said it felt like Navy SEALs were standing there with big machine guns. That mental picture alone had the internet roasting. Like, why would Wack even tell that story on himself? Then, when the Big Meech and BMF talk popped off again, Wack had more heat. He called out 50 for how he's been portraying BMF, saying straight up, 50 is squeezing BMF dry, milking the whole legacy for his own profit. And here's the real plot twist. While Wack's been out here talking wild, throwing shots every direction, 50 been quiet. No shady Instagram posts, no power memes, no trolling.
100, ain't nobody bigger than the politics. That's my brother, and we get on each other. But Birdman, out of everybody, Birdman had got on my ass, like, on me. He told me how dissatisfied he is. He said, I love you, you my brother. I ain't never going to... You know that. We done been in the trenches together. But God damn it.
And for someone who built his name off internet smoke, that silence, man, it's been loud. That's when quiet whispers turned into serious street talk. People close to the situation started saying the silence wasn't just 50 playing it smart. It was survival mode. Word is, 50 knows Wack's too close to some serious federal heat. And maybe, just maybe, Wack's trying to bait him into something messy that could land him in legal trouble real quick. And just as folks on the internet started catching on to that theory, boom, the Big U indictment dropped. That's when everything started clicking into place. A massive federal RICO case with 43 heavy charges, calling out 18 members tied to the Rollins 60s. But guess whose name was missing from that list? Wack 100. And here's the part that had everybody giving the side eye. Wack's voice was reportedly all over the paperwork, like how you get mentioned in conversations, pop up in evidence, but somehow your name's nowhere on the indictment. That's when people started asking real questions. And just when things couldn't get any crazier, Wack came through and dropped another bombshell. Wack came out claiming that Adam 22, the founder of No Jumper, got snatched up in the same RICO mess. And this hit close because Wack's a regular guest on the No Jumper platform, so people were locked in. Wack even called into the show himself, saying he just got off the phone with his lawyer, trying to rush down there ASAP. Like, Wack didn't want Adam doing any extra talking that could make things worse. He said the feds grabbed Adam that same morning, then circled back later like they weren't done yet. But then, Wack threw out another curveball, admitting he didn't really know what the feds were pressing Adam about, but he was sure they had him caught up on something. Just when it felt like the drama couldn't get crazier.
Up there, we came in and shit. You had Navy SEALs with it. 2 in all directions. Probably about 6 of them. Walkies in their ear, vested, strapped to their thigh, bullies on them, semis on them, magazine cartridges. I said, yeah. He ain't slipping.
Today's not the day.
Nah, 50 move different.
Adam 22 popped out and shut everything down. He said straight up, I wasn't arrested. And Adam didn't hold back either. Tossed a little shade, saying Wack's got an overactive imagination, making it crystal clear. I'm not under investigation, and I'm not in any trouble. At least for now. But then Adam dropped something that was low-key even more eye-opening. He admitted the feds did pull up on him. And yeah, they spoke to his lawyer too. According to Adam, what the feds really wanted was a copy of an old cease and desist letter, the one Big U sent about a year back. That letter was demanding No Jumper take down a podcast episode where Loose Cannon allegedly said Big U had prior knowledge of what was going to happen to Nipsey before it actually went down. Adam said it loud and clear. That letter ain't mentioned anywhere in the indictment or criminal complaint, which made him real suspicious. Like, what exactly are the feds really digging for when it comes to Big U? And boom, just like that, the spotlight swerved right back onto Wack 100, since he's the one who dragged Adam's name into all this mess in the first place. But here's what had the internet going crazy. Wack's voice stays popping up in these situations, but his name is nowhere to be found on the indictment either. That's when folks on the internet went full blast, calling him Rat 100, and the comments were ruthless. One commenter said it straight up. Wack is a terrific informant, man of many talents, snitching being one of them. Another person dropped this gem. I've never seen a so-called G who knows this much about federal business. And honestly, that ain't just internet jokes. That's years of rumors finally boiling over. It's kind of wild, right? Somebody with no badge knowing all these inside federal moves, like exactly who's talking, when they're talking, and what's going down. It's got people seriously questioning things. But what do you think? Are all these crazy claims about Wack 100 facts? Or just wild gossip? Let us know in the comments. We're watching every single reply. And if you're feeling these raw, no-fluff street breakdowns, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and check out the next video for even more wild stories just like this.